Hey, Liron here. If you're having a hard time mixing the colors you want and you find that your color harmonies keep getting broken and messed up, I want to show you a technique, a very simple way of mixing paint that will almost guarantee you get a harmonious look and you have an easy time to mix your colors. So I have some warm color leftovers here on my palette. Let me show you, because this is the perfect way to demo it. When I approach this painting that I know is going to require warm colors, what I'm going to do is mostly keep things warm. Mostly keep things kind of warm towards the orange mix, let's say. And then from that, this is my basis for the washes. I'm going to start varying it. I'm not going to reach into a different area and work on that. I'm going to grab a bit of this blue that also is a leftover. I'm going to add it and thus vary the color I'm getting. So I'm getting a bit more of a brown color, a bit more of a neutralized, in this example, orange. Now, if I want something a little more extreme, I'll use more of that blue, or I'll bring in, more blue to the mix. And check it out. Now, it's almost gray. The blue is very dominant, right? But my basis for that wash was that warmth. Let me show you once again. Here's my warmth. I'm going to bring in a bit of blue. And you see you get a kind of warm result still that is in the same family of colors. Now, do I want to push it to be more orange, more vibrant, more yellow? Okay, let's just add more yellow and see what happens. We get this variation on this color. Okay, let's make it really yellow. You get this variation. Let's add a bit of similar red to before, right? We go back to that original, maybe orange. This is our home base. This is the main mix that from which we start breaking off in different directions. Want to go a little more maybe violet? Add a bit of the violet in, and you'll get this thing, right? And look at how it all feels like it belongs together. And it's the easiest, honestly, the easiest way to mix a variety of colors that still feel familiar and feel like they belong together. Because what a lot of people run into, I get so many questions about, mixing the accurate color, whether it's for shadows, which is a very popular thing people ask, or it's for any other use. You keep getting different pigments that have nothing to do with each other. If you keep it minimal with one main mix, even if I start introducing, you see the green leftovers here, or maybe I'll just add a green, see, just a bit of green to our existing mix, it will still feel like a part of the whole thing. Why? Because I allow that first initial dominant mix to tell the story. Now let's translate this to an actual painting demo, and I'll show you. So I wanted to do the demo on a separate piece of paper. In fact, I'll do an even better one. I'm not going to sketch it. I don't know, I feel like just going for it. So let me show you. I'm using the same mix I have. I did some other mixing on the palette. Same mix, okay? And I'm going to just start establishing a pair, okay? So here is what would be our, I'm looking to make sure we're still running well, we're still recording, good. So this is kind of our basis, right? And it's a bit of a yellowy brown color. Now, towards the bottom here, we're hitting more of an orange. So to get that orange, I'll add a bit of red to that same mix. And this is the key, right? To that same mix. And I'll start establishing these orange bits right here. See? And those color shifts. I could use the same brush. I just thought for variety's sake. This is a Skoda. This is Michael Soloviev brush. And as we get to the darks, we're starting to establish a more, I would say, more on the brown side of darks. So I'm going to mix those same two colors once again as we've done here, but I'm going to mix in something that's not too far off. See, this kind of a color that's just a neutral version, basically with a bit of more blue added to it. Now you can get really creative with the shadows here, but the way I would approach these is just a more gray version of what we've had so far. So same three colors, I have like a lemon yellow, Pyrrole Scarlet, and French Ultramarine pretty much solves that problem for you. And so the shadow might look something like this. You see, and it's really just the same mix. And As you have the need maybe to continue darkening the edges, you just go ahead and you darken. You can be a little more creative, maybe introduce a bit of violet to this. If you want to add a bit more color nuance, you can definitely do that. See? And this leads us to the stem. That's kind of, again, a combination of neutrals, some more vibrance. It's all in the same family of colors. And basically, you just continue doing this and developing this, and you will end up with a result that is pleasing to the eye. If you want to develop more on what you already have, you can just mix a darker version and just start establishing some stronger values if interested, right? Because some of these areas are quite strong. So you can show that kind of scratchy look, right? That scratchy, rusty almost color there. Right, and from there on you develop it. So we have a brown here on the, I'm pointing at the screen as if you can see it. So we have a bit of this brown here, which I want to show. So this is a brown. It's just a brown for the other pair. And to really show that they're, contrasting colors and so on, you can go dark. You can actually introduce some black. You still won't lose the color harmony because the black is still in the context of the existing color scheme. See, it still merges quite nicely with what we already have. And then you have this nice little thin slice of slightly more, I'd say, vibrant orange right around here. See, that shows that this is in fact a bit of a shadowy area. And if you really want to push the shadows there in the depth, bring a bit more blue just to neutralize a little more. And this can be darker if you choose to. Doesn't have to be, but it can be darker. And then for the vibrant part, and I think that's where we're kind of gonna pause. For the vibrant part, you see, you just use that whatever vibrant color you want. It's a vibrant version of the same mix we've had so far, right? The more you're able to use the colors together in a way that is very organic, let them mix here with one main mix, you're making life so much easier on yourself. And it's faster. That's the thing. Sometimes watercolor requires speed. And look at how much variety we got just out of, these groups of colors. We've obviously started pushing them to be a little darker here, as opposed to this, which is just kind of light patches, right? You can take it any way you want. You can have your first wash just this, and then do another passing where you go with the darks, or you can go directly, or you can do a hybrid approach. Some areas are kept light for later. There's a million ways of achieving what you want. But I hope just having that mindset of one main pool that I vary, you'll see how useful it is just to make mixing easier. Because I get so many messages about this particular topic. I hope that was useful. Thank you for watching. If it was, check out a frustration-free watercolor course. Link in the description box below. We'll learn how to let go. Enjoy the painting process. Paint loosely. Paint the kind of work that feels like you. That's the first thing. Second is the Watercolor Breakthrough Club. If you want something a little more ongoing, a little more involved, become a part of the community. You get weekly painting demos by me. You get to post your paintings, get feedback from myself and the community. Whole bunch of fun stuff. And what else did I want to mention? I don't remember. So we'll jump straight into thank you to everyone who supports me over on Patreon. If you want to receive credits at the end of the videos, that's how you do that. Put a link below. Check it out. Put $1 a month. You get credits and you get access to some exclusive processes. Doesn't matter how much you put. It's just like an open, whatever you feel like it. Thank you so much for your support, and I will see you in the next vid real soon.